Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a little bit since I posted. Life's been pretty busy and there were a couple videos that I filmed that when I went to edit, I didn't like the way they turned out. So that was a little bit discouraging and it put me on a little bit of a break before I made more videos. But I recently had someone come to me and tell me not to stop making videos, so that was really encouraging. So today I'm here to try out a bunch of products that I've never tried before. I've been accumulating a drawer full of products that I've either bought or been given to me that I have not tried and I'd like to try all together in one big video. Before we get started, there's two things I want to point out. It might look like the same background, but I've actually moved to the other side of this wall in my room, so I'm in a new location and I've added this cute little board, which I think I'm going to start writing a different quote for every video I do. I'm a huge quote person, so I just thought it would be cute to add something like this in the background of my videos for you guys to look forward to. So the first thing I'm trying out is the No Problem primer that I got in my BoxyCharm. This is a pore filling primer and I haven't tried it out yet. I did feel the texture of it in my BoxyCharm video. It's more of a cream instead of like your regular silicone based primers that you would normally get for pore filling. So right away I really like the texture. It's nice and silky and creamy. It's not really soaking into my face, which makes me a little bit nervous because it's not tacky. So if it doesn't soak in, I have a feeling it's going to make my foundation slide around. But I'll give it a fair shot and I'll really rub it in. So I'm not noticing a huge difference in my face. My pores might be slightly less visible, but other than that, it's just kind of like a hydrating but very slippery primer. So hopefully it doesn't mess with my foundation too much. For foundation, I'm going to go in with Rimmel's Lasting Finish Foundation. It says it's full coverage, skin perfecting with 25-hour wear. I'm not going to test out today how long it lasts, but you guys will definitely know based on if I use it again how I feel about the foundation. Today I'm just mostly testing how it looks on the skin, what kind of finish it gives. It's another pump. We like pumps. Okay, so my first impression is that this definitely isn't a full coverage foundation. If you compare this to my Revlon Color Stay, it's quite sheer. So I would definitely say it's more of like a light to medium coverage. Like you can still see scarring and spots that I have, as well as even some of my redness is peeking through, which wouldn't be happening with a full coverage foundation. But it is a nice, like, soft finish. It's not cakey on the skin. It's nice and glowing, which is nice, and it's not super oily. Like, I'm not looking super shiny, even though it's giving more of a radiant glow. So finish-wise, it's really nice. I just definitely would say it's not a full coverage foundation. I'm going to take one more pump just on this cheek to see if it's buildable. That's after a second layer. I'd say it's slightly buildable. Again, still not great coverage. I'm still seeing a little bit of my redness peeking through, but if you want just like a medium coverage foundation, it does have a really nice finish to it. The next product I'm going to use isn't new, but it is newly bought because I repurchased it, and it's the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Contour Concealer. I just wanted to talk a little bit more about this product because I've used it a couple times in videos and I haven't got to fully explain how I feel about it. So as a concealer, I really like this product. It is super full coverage, clearly as you can see, and a little bit goes a long way, which I didn't know when I first got the product. So I went through my tube very quickly, and I already had to repurchase it. But I love the look of this concealer and how much coverage it gives, so I definitely wanted to repurchase it. The second thing I wanted to say is that they brand this concealer as a concealer, contour, and highlight in hopes that you will purchase 3 of them. So after using it as a concealer and really liking the way it looked, I thought it would be neat to try out using it as a contour color as well. So when I went to repurchase this one, I also was looking for a good shade for me for contour. That was where I ran into a bit of a problem. All of the darker shades that they have in the line are very orange toned, which is great for someone that likes a really warm bronzy look. But if I'm going to cream contour, I like it to be more of a cool tone. The difference being that a warm tone to me I would use as a bronzer, but a cool tone I would use as more of a contour color to really hollow out my cheeks, under my jaw, because it looks like more of a natural shadow. That being said, I know a lot of people that do contour with bronzier colors or warmer toned colors, but when looking at the line I could tell they were all just way too orange. It wasn't like a slightly orange tone. It was like, if I use this as a contour, it's just gonna look like my cheeks are completely orange. So that was a little bit disappointing because I do really like the formula, but maybe in the future they will bring out more shades if they're gonna keep branding it as like a cream contour. But as you can see, as a concealer, it works super well, and I'll definitely keep repurchasing it as a drugstore concealer favorite. The next product I want to try out, I'm really excited about because I've had it sitting in my drawer for a while. This is a limited edition product, so I'm getting this out on time that they're still in stores. But just so you know, if this is something you're interested in, you're gonna have to run in and pick it up soon. It's the Clarins Glow to Go sticks. So they came out in 2 different shades. One has more of a bronzer and a blush, and the other one has more of a blush and a highlight. I definitely like this one more because I'm a huge bronzing person. And in the other one, the highlight is kind of like a duochrome that goes kind of silver blue, which isn't really a shade that I use a lot as a highlight. But this one is really nice, brand new. I'm so excited. I've wanted to try this for so long and I've been holding on to it. So it's like a very shimmery cream bronzer on the one end, and then more of a light corally shimmery blush slash highlight on the other side. So let's give this a shot. I'm so nervous that I'm not gonna like it because I've been really excited for this. Oh, I might have put way too much. Okay. Okay. I feel like that's a lot. Ooh, okay. It's okay. It'll be fine. Let's take something and blend this out. Okay, it's okay. We saved it. It's definitely going a little blotchy around where I put it, and I think that's because it's lifting some of my foundation. That's more than likely the foundation slash primer situation's fault. Not to mention I'm using a brush, which sometimes can pick up foundation on me, but I feel like if I had a solid base happening and then I used more of like a damp beauty blender sponge, it would probably do less of a lifting job. I don't know how I feel. Yeah, that's kind of going blotchy. I think I'm gonna have to fix that up with some concealer after. But for now, I just want to lay down all of my cream products because I'm using a lot of cream products in this tutorial. I'll take a little bit. See, from front, it looks nice. You can just tell from the side that it's taken off some of my foundation because you can see some of the blotchy redness that I have underneath. but we can cover that with real blush after. A little bit on my temples. And a little on my nose. Oh yeah, see that's working much nicer on my temples, which is probably because I don't have a lot of redness there. So we're not having a huge blotchiness issue happening on my temples. On camera it is looking a little bit weird, but in person I can assure you this is looking really nice. Cheeks are mediocre. Okay, that looks a little bit crazy, but we're gonna tone it all down after. Next I'm gonna go in with the blush side. Okay, I love it as a blush. Once again, it's looking a little crazy on camera, but in person it's so sweet as a blush. It's like very pigmented, but super natural looking on the skin because of the way it blends out. For highlight, I'm going to use Too Faced Peach Frost Melting Powder Highlighter. So I've had this sitting in my drawer for a while as well. When I got it, it's, as you can see, a little bit destroyed. I bought it from a Winners on a discount rack, so I knew the condition it would be in was a little bit iffy, but the product itself is all still here, so I really wanted to try it out. And it says it's a cream powder. So I'm just going to apply it with my finger. Let's see. I'll try with my finger on one side and a brush on the other. See if it makes a difference. It's relatively the same whether you apply it with a brush or with your fingers. It's giving about the same intensity, and this does a really good job of not picking up my foundation, which is strange because normally when I use more liquid highlights in the summer, it just takes away my foundation right away. But I do really like the looks of that, even though it's so subtle. It's kind of something you could pop on if you're doing like a no makeup kind of look where you don't have a lot on your face and you just want to pop a little bit of shimmer on the top of your cheekbones. Yeah, very subtle. Like I really have to layer it for it to show up, but I think it's pretty. So I'm just gonna take a little bit more of my concealer and clean up and make a bit of a sharper edge here, just underneath where I wanted the bronzer. Next up, I'm going to take NYX's Can't Stop, Won't Stop setting powder. So this is a loose powder. I've bought and used their pressed powder in the Can't Stop, Won't Stop. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't a huge fan of it. I talked to a representative from the brand and they said that it was probably that I got too dark of a color, but then I had them color match me and it was the color that I had picked. So I don't know what it is, but I just find it goes really orange and kind of muddy looking. So I'll probably try it again in other videos just to see, but I wasn't a huge fan when I used it before. So I thought it would be neat to try out the loose powder and see how that goes. I don't have a lot of luck with loose powders normally when baking, which I'm not going to try out today. I'm just going to use it for the rest of just lightly dust. But in another video, I'll definitely use it and try baking with it to see how it does with that as well. Today I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush. I do like the way it's packaged. It kind of gives you a little swirl bowl, and then the product is contained in the bottom. So I'm just gonna take that. The look today is definitely more of a dewy look, but you guys know me, I get super oily. So I'm just gonna try and pop some of this on more of my oily T-zone areas and a light dusting all over. Wow, so that really mattified quick, which was kind of nice. So if it's always going to do that, this might be a new favorite powder for me. And it's not clinging to any dry areas. Overall, it did a really nice job. It kind of just seamlessly went over everything. I really like that powder, and I don't get excited about powders, so the real test will be when I try and use it for baking, which will be in another video. But so far, that's a good powder. Oh, that's neat too. So the lid, it's kind of hard to see, but it's designed with a section that is taller, deeper, I don't know, so that it blocks all of the little holes once it's closed. So that's neat. So that when you're dipping it, when you're turning it and playing with it, all of the powder is not falling out into the area that you want to swirl your brush in. So that's cool. Next up, I'm going to try a new eyebrow product. So this is Revlon's Color Stay Brow Creator. So you guys know I'm a huge fan of the Revlon Color Stay foundation. So I thought I'd try out the eyebrow pencil, even though they're totally unrelated. And I do not use eyebrow pencils. I have very thick brows naturally, so I find pencils don't do a lot when it comes to filling in, but they're kind of hard to use. But this one is a three-step one, I guess. So it has the regular pencil to fill in, and then it's got a powder wand type of a thing to just fill in sparse areas. It says to define and sculpt, but that's not how I'm going to use it. And then of course it's got a spoolie on the end to diffuse any of it. So this is going to be hard for me, but we're going to try it out. Like I said, I never use pencils on my eyebrows, so this is a learning experience, but I really wanted to see if I could find a couple good brow pencils, because I know a lot of people do use pencils. And if I'm constantly using pomades, then you're not getting any help from me on what good pencils are. So right away, the texture of the actual pencil is good. Sometimes brands make their eyebrow pencils way too hard, and then it's almost like they're not drying, or opposite, they'll make them too soft and the product gets used super quickly. So already I can tell that the product is a very good texture, not too hard, not too soft for a pencil. Like I said, I don't like pencils. I don't find them easy to use, and I just find them kind of tedious. But I'm just gonna line here. All right, that's mediocre. Let's try the powder part. I can find it. Oh, so you twist again and the powder's in here. I'm gonna use that part for this front area. That's quick. Powder fills in very quickly. I'd say if you had sparse brows, something that has a powder like this is a smart idea, because it's very quick. I'm not loving the look of it, but that's okay. I'm just gonna try this eyebrow just with the powder. Let's see if I prefer the look of that. Okay, so I almost like it better just with the powder. The only problem is I can't like extend my tail or anything with the powder, so you'd have to have something for actually drawing in. But the powder's nice for, like, I get really sparse up close to where they connect. Yeah, I mean, user error really in this. I didn't do a great job. It's actually designed quite nicely for a drugstore eyebrow pencil. So I'm just gonna finish up my eyebrows really quick and then I'll come right back. Okay, so that's the result of the eyebrow pencil. Definitely not my finest work. Like I said, I don't like eyebrow pencils. I do like the powder, but they're quite bold. and you don't have a lot of control with a pencil, so definitely not something I would suggest unless you're already prone to pencils. For eyeshadow, I'm going to go into Lise Swatchier's, oh, these popped out, Lise Swatchier's Dress Code in Business Casual palette. It's a little messy. I was doing some swatches. It comes with 2 brushes, your classic spongy one, and then a little almost blender brush. I'm never gonna use these, but it's neat for someone who doesn't have a lot of brushes. So as you can see, it's more of a neutral palette. You get 3 mattes and 2 shimmery colors. So it's kind of like a very light cream color, a light gray, and then a light pinky color. And then for the shimmers, you get almost like a gray brown and then a brown peach color. So to start off, I'm gonna take the lightest cream color and put that all over my lid. When I was swatching these, I could tell they were definitely nice and pigmented. So the real test is going to be how well they blend out. There's a lot of fallout too, just from dipping my brush in. Kind of gets everywhere, so that's something to keep in mind. And we'll see if it falls out under my eyes as well. Then I'm gonna take the pink color and run that in the crease and blend it up as far as I think looks natural. So that's nice and pigmented for such light colors. I think it's really soft and pretty. If you're not someone that needs neutrals, or you have neutrals, or you're more of a bold look kind of person, this palette's definitely not for you. I was given it in a Lise Swatchier training, so I didn't actually have to pay for it. Otherwise, I probably would have picked out one of their more exciting palettes. But that being said, I think this is perfect for like traveling in springtime. It's definitely a really cute spring, casual, businessy kind of a palette. Then I'm just going to take a little bit of the gray and darken up the crease. It concerns me a little bit the way they've done this palette. I don't really see how the gray and the pink are going to blend well together. If it were me, I probably would have done more of a dark brown. Now that I'm breaking open like the top layer of it, it is more of a dark brown. So maybe I spoke too soon, and we'll see how this looks. Kind of like a dark gray brown, but I think it's pretty. So using that darkest color, I'm not seeing any fallout under my eyes, so that's a plus. And it blends really well with the light one, the light pink color. They do go really nicely together, even though I had a little bit of a concern about it. I do think it's really pretty. I just don't think you can create a whole heck of a lot of looks just with these 5 shadows. But that being said, if these are the types of colors you use daily, then it would be all you need. I'm just gonna run both the pink and then the darker color underneath my eyes, obviously bringing the light pink in closer and just focusing the dark brown on the outer corner. Really nice, so those blend super well. Overall, I'm impressed with the palette, so let's try out some of these shimmery colors. I'm going to start by taking it on my finger. Normally, shimmers like this perform better with your finger. So I'm going to take the more peachy brown color and put that on the first half of the lid. So it's showing up almost gold. I'm not super impressed with this shadow. It's not super shimmery. It's not really doing a lot for me. So it's definitely the mattes that I prefer in the palette. And I find it's almost too gold. If it looked more peach, it would go with the rest of the eye look. Not that it looks bad. It's cute. It's just not what I would want. And I probably wouldn't wear it together all the time, but I'm gonna try the brown gray color and pop that more in the transition towards the outer corner. Yeah, and this color is more of like a silver when it's actually applied. So again, not super impressive. It's almost turning matte as I rub it in to my eyelid. They're not super shimmery. So palette is great for people that are starting to age, where super shimmery colors aren't going to look right on them anymore, but they still like to have a little bit of a pop. I would say Lise Watier does a great job at providing eyeshadows like that, including these lid colors. I don't have any new liners to try out today, so I'm gonna go in with my Stila Stay All Day Waterproof liquid liner and just line the top lash line. I'm not gonna add any sort of a wing today. Okay, I'm gonna give my lashes a good curl, and then I'm gonna try out Benefit's Bad Gal Bang Mascara. I've tried other Benefit mascaras in the past, my favorite being They're Real, but I have not tried this one, and I know a lot of people are obsessed with it, so I'm gonna give it a shot. Right, so right away I'm liking the wand. I am a fan of thinner wands. I just find they can get under the lashes better, but I know a lot of people prefer more of a thick wand, so in that case this one wouldn't be one that you'd probably enjoy. It does go thicker on the outer corner, probably to really volumize outer lashes, so let's give it a shot. Yeah, I love this wand. It seems to get every single lash. Like, it doesn't miss anything. It gets right underneath all the lashes. And it seems to really break up all the lashes while you're applying it too. That's another pet peeve I have with mascara, when you keep putting it on and it starts to clump all your lashes together. That is one coat. I really like it. Okay, I'm a big fan of it. The big test would be to see if it has fallout after wearing it for a while, because that was the one thing I found happened with They're Real, and that was the only reason I stopped constantly buying it. So that will be something I'll have to keep an eye out for, and I can let you guys know. If you just comment down below, I can always respond and let you know how it ended up performing. So after 2 coats, the lashes are starting to clump a little bit, but they're still staying fairly spread out, as you can see, but a little bit of clumpage. I'll just try it on the bottom lashes. That's another reason I really like a thin wand, is because I find it gets all the bottom lashes without ending up touching your face all the time. Wow, that's a great mascara. That's gonna be definitely one of my favorite things from this video. I forgot to set my brow with the brow gel while I was on that step, but I'm gonna try out Benefit's 24-hour brow setter. This is just a clear brow gel, I believe. Yeah, so just a clear brow gel. The wand is very funky. It's thin and then thick, lots of different styles of bristles. Smells interesting, not bad, just interesting. I already know I'll probably like this. I'm a fan of brow gels that will turn my eyebrows into cement because I have such whirly hair. Whirly, is that a word? Since my hair is so hard to control, I find any kind of a brow gel that really just holds it all in place helps tremendously. There's no saving my eyebrows today though. I'm not gonna like them. But overall, like, this brush is easy to use, and Benefit's great with brow products, so I know I would like this. I know I do like this. Because I'm feeling like it's more of a springy look, I definitely want to add even more blush than I already put on. And I'm going to take Urban Decay's Afterglow 8-Hour Powder Blush in the shade Crush. I haven't opened this yet, but I have a feeling it's going to be like a really vibrant blush, but that's okay. That's it there. Oh my gosh. Yes, like hot, hot pink. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of this and see how pigmented it is. Oh wow, that is super pigmented. Okay. I like it a lot. I love blush lately. It just screams spring. Wow, okay. That's really pretty and super pigmented. You can definitely get away with this color of a blush. You just have to apply a very light amount or pack it on like me and look like this. I think it's really pretty. So the more I look at this look, the more I think it needs fake freckles. In springtime, I get super freckly. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but in the summer, I tan like crazy. You guys will see when we get to videos, my foundation color will be on a completely different level. But in the springtime, within the first couple days of me being in the sun, I start to freckle first. And today was actually a super sunny morning, so I don't know if you noticed, but I was starting to get a little bit freckly, but now I want to add them since I've covered them back up. So I'm just gonna take the same eyebrow pencil and try and do a couple light ones with this and see if it's useful for freckling. So I think that does a pretty good job. Now I'm just gonna take my foundation brush that has maybe the slightest amount of foundation and just pat over top so it looks a little bit more realistic. Perfect, now I'm all freckly, which I think goes super cute with all of the blush that I have put everywhere. So for lips, I'm gonna go in with Milani's Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper in the shade 01 Champagne. I've been looking for a new gloss because, as I'm sure you guys know, my favorite has been the Buxom Lip Plumper, but it's getting quite low and I wanted to start trying something new. I love a good like glossy lip plumper. And this is huge, like the size of it, it's hard to tell, but it's a really big lip product. So, it smells good. It smells like candy. Wow, that's nice and glossy. So it says it's a lip plumper. So I'm curious, I'll see if soon it starts to tingle. Nourishing Lip Plumper, that's nice. So it is starting to feel a little bit tingly. Most lip plumpers like this in a gloss form are kind of like a minty tingle on the lips. So it's starting to do that. I wouldn't say it's as strong as the Buxom one, but it is really good for, I think this one cost about $15, $15.50-ish. So that's a really good price for how much you're getting in this tube. So I really like that. That's pretty. Just gonna finish off the look with Physicians Formula Instant Ready Setting Spray. I've used this once before, but I haven't got a super good feel of how it works. So yeah, I have the same feeling as I did before about it. It's a decent spray, a little bit spotty when you do it. Which makes sense for the brand. It's not a super high rated brand, but the smell is really nice and it feels really nice on the skin. I don't know about the lasting power it has, but overall it feels like a good setting spray for the price. So that is the final look. Thank you so much for watching. I enjoyed getting back on camera again and testing out some of these products. You probably could tell by my reaction which ones I will keep using and which ones I will probably get rid of, give away to a friend. Leave a comment in the comments down below if you're curious about any of the products or you have any questions. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, any of the products or the look. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll be doing a giveaway on this channel very soon. I've got it set off to the side. I just don't know when I'm going to do it. So if you're excited about that, give this video a thumbs up for that too, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.